welcome to a new episode of Cooking with Tiffany. I am your host, Tiffany DuBois-Morales. Now, what is a dish that I have made that includes eggplant, celery, onion, tomatoes, garlic, herbs, serrano hot peppers, and comes out delicious and super low calorie. Any guesses, anybody? We're doing another eggplant caponata. And for today's little twist, we are also going to be doing scalloped potatoes along with a little English pea and some Kalamata olives as well. So we're going to have a very veggie full dinner tonight. So as always, please sit back, relax, and we will be back. All right, so we are back. Now, as you can see, I'm wearing a simple glove and we have our potatoes over our mandolin slicer. So the way you want to get it scalloped is by just simply going back and forth and allowing the potato to be very thinly sliced. Unless you are a professional and don't need to worry about your fingers getting shredded off of the sharp edge of this particular slicer or any mandolin slicer, don't forget to wear gloves. And most importantly, just take your time with it. And you'll have beautiful, thin pieces of potato. Now, a trick that I have incorporated previously would be to then soak these for a solid, 24 hours so that you get a good balance of crispy edges and, cooked till just gooey center. But I'm not in the mood to do that, so we're just going to simply let these do its thing. But we got these. We're going to be putting in here, but before we add in the potatoes, you want to grease your cooking dish. So in this case, we're just going to use Pam. And then we're just going to lay out our potatoes because, as you are all very much aware, eggplant caponata is actually pretty quick and easy to cook. I'll go ahead and season with just our Kalamata olives and a few of our dried spices, which, as always, a huge thank you to Butch and everybody at Iovine Brothers Produce at Reading Terminal Market for having a beautiful selection of produce, herbs, hot peppers, and just stuff available for purchase. The English peas you can find at your local Whole Foods market, and then we also have our spices at the head nut, which you can also find at Reading Terminal Market. And because this is a very veggie forward dish, I don't get to mention, you know, my buds at Gianta's Prime Shop, or you know, anybody else. So we got that, but we're gonna add in our Kalamata olives, which I'm gonna just leave whole, and then we'll you know what, we'll add in the peas later, but we will go ahead and season this with all of our spices, which in this case is going to include, as always, black peppercorn, red pepper flake, some za'atar, because I am going for more of a Mediterranean and just kind of like West African spiced dish. We got a little bit of our harissa, a touch of Ras El Hanout, some oregano, tarragon, and parsley, which we'll be using both dried and fresh. We'll go ahead and kind of mix some of this up. And then we are also going to add in just a little bit of water and let this bake in the oven for, we'll say, probably 20 minutes. So we'll be back. All right, everybody, we are back. As you can see, we have sliced tomatoes, cubed eggplant, and sliced up our celery, our yellow onions, serrano hot peppers, garlic, and our fresh herbs, which in this case is comprised of parsley, mint, because you guys all know how much I love incorporating mint into eggplant caponata, and basil, because it's nice and it's light, and you know what? Who doesn't love lots of fresh herbs in your eggplant caponata? We have started the cook on the potatoes, which have about 5 minutes left before I go and check on them and add in, oh yeah, our English peas for that dish. So we are good to go, at least on that hand. In the other, we are going to get started with our caponata. So serranos and garlic are the first things that are added because we want a nice amount of spice, and most importantly, for everything to balance well. Following that, we add in our yellow onions because we want them to caramelize and release what little water they do hold in with all of this. Stir. and season with the same spices that we used on our potatoes. So stir everything together again. And we add in our eggplant because eggplant needs a little bit of time to cook. But we will be back. All right, everybody, we are back. So our potato gratin with the Kalamata olives and the English peas are back in the oven. I have it set for about 10 minutes, but we are going to continue with our caponata. So we have added in our little bit of Campari tomatoes. We're going to be adding in the celery momentarily, but one important thing that we need to do is just let this sit and cover, and for the eggplant itself to start filling with the water that'll be releasing from the tomatoes and the eggplant itself, and then cooking that down before we finish adding in everything else. But you know, the next thing that you'll all be seeing is the finished look. So see you soon. All right, everybody, we are back, and check it out. So we have our baked kind of scalloped potatoes along with my eggplant caponata, which we also have the addition of the Kalamata olives and the English peas. As always, do not forget to head over to your local Whole Foods market, as well as your vegetable producer or produce producer and spice rack, which in this case for us is Iovine Brothers Produce and the Head Nut, which you can find both at Reading Terminal Market. I hope you all enjoyed today's video, and please do not forget to, like, comment, share, and subscribe for more video updates, interviews, and more. I'm your host for Cooking with Tiffany, Tiffany DuBois-Morales. Bye!